Hey everybody, Charles with BC Deconstruction here. I wanted to take you back to the house that we went live at when we started demo a little while back. I wanted to show you what we're doing now. I'm going to flip this around if I'm able to. I don't think I can. Alright. So we're drying out the crawl space because all of the water from the fire, when the fire department had come, just sat down there and created, you know, a biological growth condition where we ended up having some mold growing on the bottom side of the duct, on the subfloor and on the joists. So over the past few days, my guys have been down there spraying a special hydrogen peroxide 20% solution on all the bottoms of the subfloor, and then once that brought all the soiling to the surface, we came back in with a HEPA vacuum, and we HEPA vacuumed the entire crawl space, all the framing from the underside, all of it. So we have holes in the floor, and what we've done is we have some fans set up to direct air, and we also have some fans on the top side to give some airflow on the top side of this, but we're drying out the crawl space and the crawl space framing. So we have, because it's still pretty cold here and it's in a crawl space, you can't just use an LGR dehumidifier. So we're using a desiccant dehumidifier. Got this bad boy right here, the Phoenix D385, and that uses a silica gel desiccant, so it can operate in temperatures, very cold temperatures. There's no like real limit on it, whereas this traditional LGR dehumidifier that relies on air conditioning technology, it has to be at 70 degrees. So this is perfect for these kinds of conditions where it's a uninsulated house. You know, it's spring, it's March here in Indiana, but we're still getting like 20 degrees at night. We got 8 to 10 inches of snow coming this weekend. So this kind of technology here allows us to dry in cool or even cold conditions, and crawl spaces fit that exactly, especially this time of year. So with power box, so that we can have all of our equipment running, we'll run this for a few days. We'll get that crawl space structure the rest of the way dry so that we can prevent any future biological growth. And like I said, we've already decontaminated the entire crawl space. So, I mean, it was pretty intense down there. The guys were full suits, level 2 vinyl, full cover suits, full face masks, and they were spraying with a airless sprayer, spraying a 20% hydrogen peroxide solution, and then, like I said, HEPA vacuum afterwards. So really industrial stuff. But now, afterwards, that crawl space will look brand new, and it will also be reduced down to acceptable moisture limits in the materials so that it won't have an environment for mold to grow again. So that's where we're at. This just went in. Got our looks like a decontamination zone or like a, you know, spaceship or something. We got process air in and out, going out through the window for the exhaust. That's actually the reactivation air. So the way this thing works is air comes in to be dried into the top of this unit, and it runs past a tray of silica desiccant, and it comes out of that really dry, and it doesn't heat that air up at all. It's just pulls it right out of it just by contact with that desiccant gel. So on the other side, as that tray spins inside, there's a tray of that stuff, and it's spinning inside. So one side's getting the process air to be to take moisture out of the air, and then the other side there's a heating element that it's exchanging heat across it. So it's taking air in right here from outside, and it's heating it up, blowing it across that tray, and then exhausting it out. And this is pretty warm. It doesn't get super hot, but it gets warm enough where it takes all the moisture out of that desiccant, and then it puts that moisture outside into the outside environment. And then we have an intake hose, and that's just a closed loop, so we're not taking any outside air into the home. It's just staying right in there. Now, not like it's a real big deal for outside air to be in here right now, but we don't want that moisture, we don't want to be fighting against that moisture constantly, so obviously that has to go outside. So we've got our closed loop system for reactivation, and then our process air intake from the crawl comes in right here, hits a filter inside of this unit, and then comes out here and back into the crawl. So we've created a loop there too with airflow so that we can dry out that structure. So I don't know if you can see down there or not, but there's the air blowing in. That's it. All right, guys. See you next time. BC into construction.